nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Comics Talk where we are talking comics. Okay. And today we just happen to be discussing 10 lame comic book characters of all time. 5 heroes, 5 villains. This is just my list. Let's get through as painlessly as possible, shall we? Kicking it off. Killer Moth. Look at, he's a guy in a moth costume who does absolutely nothing except carry a gun around with like little shoots cocoon sticky stuff. And he does just ordinary run of the mill bad guy stuff, robbing banks and extortion. Oh my word. It was Batgirl's first antagonist, so that's a plus, I guess. Moving on. Um Big Wheel, who is a guy who drives around in a giant wheel with weapons on the side. He's a Spider-Man antagonist, and Spider-Man is usually able to take him down with minimal difficulty. Moving right along, and the bad rash just keeps coming. Batroc the Leaper, a foe to Captain America. He's a French kickboxer. That's it. That's his only power. He's a French kickboxer. Okay, next. Unicorn, a Batman, yeah, Iron Man foe. Unicorn, what does he do? He wears a helmet that shoots a laser out of his head. That's it. I mean, look at Iron Man's Rogues Gallery, Ironmonger, Crimson Dynamo, guy still in his freaking armor and making it into weapons of mass destruction. And then there's Unicorn, the guy that wears a helmet that shoots a laser out of his head. We don't need to spend a whole heck of a lot of time on him. Go. All right. Last and least, Condiment King. Mitchell Mayo, a brainwashed comedian originally appearing in the Batman animated series. He was brainwashed by the Joker, and he's a very lame antagonist. He shoots condiments at people, which Tabasco sauce is one of his weapons. That actually has a use. You can blind somebody with that. It's hot sauce, okay? He just doesn't cut the mustard. Moving on. Now we get into the heroes, and once again, we're scraping the bottom of the proverbial barrel. Shrinking Violet, a Legionnaire, and that's a member of the Legion of Superheroes from the 31st century. What does Shrinking Violet do? She shrinks down into a dadgummed flower. That's it. That's her superpower. She can shrink down and turn into a flower, which I guess would be handy for surveillance and undercover work. But seriously, what were they? They were puffing on a flower when they came up with this one. A poppy. Oh my word. Okay. Oh. All right. Moving right along, we have Speedball, and he is on this list not because of his power, but because of his name, Speedball. Okay. What does he do? His body generates a field of kinetic energy that he can use to bounce off stuff. That's cool. Spider-Man has a guy that does that called Ricochet. Like I said, Speedball's in here because of his name. Speedball, you bounce off stuff and you're just gonna call yourself Speedball. Bouncing Boy was a cooler name than that. Okay, seriously. When you name yourself after the instrument used to draw you, instead of your power of some sort, in some way, you make it to this list. Alright, next. And I had to go over to Amalgam Comics for this one. Here we go, folks. We have Iron Lantern. Amalgam was a joint project between Marvel and DC, blending their characters together. We got cool ones. Super Soldier, cross between Captain America and Superman. Dark Claw, cross between Batman and Wolverine. Then there was Iron Lantern, cross between Iron Man and Green Lantern, which sounds cool. If it was just a rehash of how Jordan's origin story with how Stark in the place down. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it. Just trust me. the execution was not nearly as cool as the character idea. All right. And then traveling over to the golden age of comics, The Wizard. When you are injected with mongoose blood by your dying father to counteract a cobra bite, and that somehow gives you super speed, you make it to this list. All right. And lastly, we have Squirrel Girl. She communicates to squirrels and has squirrel abilities. Who comes up with this stuff? I don't know. And there you have it. 10 lamest comic book characters of all time. Once again, this is just my list. Tune in next weekend or maybe in between then for a zero issue. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, click the like it and subscribe. Whatever. Tell your friends about it. I'll see you next time with hopefully a subject matter easier to digest than the characters on this list. See ya.
Me and white